During this time, I've been moving at a slower pace. The slow pulse has made me appreciate the speed and fastness between objects and instances. Procuring materials and moving through different iterations of the same object has taken on the same rhythm now. Slow, but at least there's still enough room to wiggle. With my current restricted movements, the only place I felt alive was while listening to Olivier Messiaen's Quartet for the End of Time. He composed it during World War II while imprisoned in a German camp. Inspired by the absence of the electric wailing of the Aunt Martineau, Messiaen's compositions expanded time and space for me. I wanted to feel this expansion of movement in the materials I use, the objects I make, and the people who choose to use them. To explore this further, I want to challenge notions of material restrictions and assembly, to combine them into utilitarian objects that are open to interpretation. Movement is expressed through design and selection of contrasting materials. I want to experiment with how materials can be combined, fastened, and bent into forms that are familiar but need reorientation and puzzle solving in assembly. This process, however, always leads me towards making light fixtures, where the structure of playing with light and opaqueness is set up, but the interpretations are up to the user. Working with the following materials: bamboo, stainless steel, and raw silk. I feel that bamboo is always alive. Its skin-covering fibers grow from node fingerlings and continue to lengthen with age. It is able to flex and shows how much give it can handle. Even after it is cut, it is temperamental. I choose to amend the cold, rigid, and sterile nature of stainless steel by combining its hardware function while also imitating the careful gestures of the bamboo. Fragile raw silk from my hometown of Negros Occidental is added to these materials to shift and diffuse through its fibrous, filmy, translucent surface. While making these things, I've been thinking about light as a material of itself, and how it has its own pulse, much like Messiaen's composition and the flex of the bamboo. It is alive, or at least inspires breath. I want to keep making in this balance of shifting and softening rigidity. In the objects I've designed previously, they all have multiple uses and movement in mind, which is why it's difficult for me to give it a specific label and say it is one thing when I've intended it to do more.